Yee, what's going on, guys? Breelu here, doing something a little bit different, doing a regular commentary for you guys here today. So, not something I do very often on my channel, but I like to do it here every now and again, especially when I have good gameplay, which this is definitely the case. The only thing is I don't really have a lot that I want to say, and I'm not good at like talking and commentaries in general. So bear with me still. I'm still trying to work on it. Like, I tend to stutter and mumble a lot and repeat the same shit over and over again. But that's besides the point. So a little bit about the gameplay. I dropped 100 kills with this gun. Yes, 100. This is like one of my better gameplays in definitely in a while. I think it's my second 100 kill game on Black Ops 3. So that's cool. My first one was on Combine with Mark. I actually dropped 2. Well, I dropped 100 kills and my friend dropped 100 kills as well, but that was on Safeguard. This is not. Obviously, this is on Nuketown. It's on Nuketown, Hardpoint, and using the Dingo, which I never would have thought I would have got 100 kills with this gun. And I normally wouldn't be using this gun. I really actually don't like it that much. I'm just using it to try. I'm trying to get the Dark Matter. Or I'm trying to sort of go toward it now. I just need 2 shotguns left and the pistols and the melee weapon, whatever, the knife left basically. And the reason why I'm kind of going for it is because this game has been out for what, 7 months already. There's about 4 months left. I think definitely when the game's nearing its end is when you should start going for challenges and doing all that instead of doing it like when the first 2 weeks of the game being released. Some people had Dark Matter and were like Prestige Master, like the fucking second day this game was released, and it's just like, I don't know, just enjoy playing the game and just do all those challenges later when the game kind of gets kind of stale-ish. So you can so you can sort of continue playing the game, so you can continue playing the game throughout the year until the next one comes out, right? Instead of basically getting everything done the first 2 days and then, having to wait like, 8 months for the next one. But yeah, that's besides the point. So, I'm kind of taking this commentary from Mark the Skipper. If you guys don't know who he is, I'll leave a link down to his channel down below, and also the link down to the original video where I'm sort of taking this idea from. So if you guys haven't seen that, just pause this video, go down below, click it, and watch it. And yeah, I will wait here. All right, so you guys back? Cool. So the gist of it is sort of, are we to blame for Call of Duty being sort of stale-ish, I guess, and being released every year? Now this is sort of obviously this is my opinion and what I think about this, but I think definitely like when Call of Duty was first coming out, so like CoD 4 and World at War, right? I think it was definitely the developers' fault, right? Because like back in the board meeting or wherever that they drew up the goal plans or whatever for the Call of Duty team and for whatever, they're like, okay, we want to release a Call of Duty every single year, and to do that we have to make 2 companies to develop it, right? So, if you guys know, it was Infinity Ward. I keep wanting to say Infinite Warfare or Infinity Ward. It keeps getting me messed up now. And the second company was Treyarch, right? And now they've just recently, actually last year, right, for Advanced Warfare, they recently added Sledgehammer. So now it's a 3-year cycle. So it goes from Infinity Ward to Sledgehammer to Treyarch, right? Or whatever order it is at the moment, right? And that's how they can release a game every year, right? So it's sort of on a 3-year cycle, and one company takes 3 years now to make one, and then it's their time to I guess publish the game, which is good, especially now, because before it was kind of 2 years, and now it's 3 years. It gives them more time for planning and actually making the game better and stuff. Which I don't know. I definitely think Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 were definitely they were definitely good Call of Duties, but So yeah, so to start off, definitely I think it was the developers' fault, right? Because now it's like, it's sort of, by doing that, they sort of dug their own grave in a sense. So now it's like, so now at this point, it's sort of like, now we expect a Call of Duty every year, right? Now everyone expects a Call of Duty every single year, and like, I don't know, to me and to most people who I guess aren't huge fans. I mean, I am definitely a huge fan, but I wouldn't mind if Call of Duty took a year off, like they didn't publish it the next year. But that's just me. And no, but I think definitely, so at first it was definitely the developers, but I think now it's definitely the community's fault, right? That it's being released every year, because it's like, because we're supporting them in this sort of thing by buying their game every year, and I feel like, I don't know, for me it wouldn't mind so much, but I feel like definitely for some of the more hardcore fans that play this game 24/7, and even me in a sense, I would sort of have this sort of mentality of like, oh wow, now I have to play this game for another year, and not have like a new Call of Duty in the next November, and you know, be excited to play for that and whatever, or be excited to play that, and it's just sort of like this weird mentality of sort of like the developer, like it was just like, now it's just this kind of like, I don't think that we could wait a year now for a Call of Duty and play like the same Call of Duty for 2 years instead of 1, right? I don't think we could do that now. I just like, I really just don't think people could, the community can do that. It's just sort of like, I don't know, just call it the Call of Duty game or franchise is in such a weird position this year. Or it's such a weird, I guess, position now, right? Ever since, like, Advanced Warfare, right? So, the kind of problem with Call of Duty before, right? Before Advanced Warfare and whatever, was that it's a copy and paste, right? It's the same game every year. It's a reskin. It's just different. It's basically the same thing with different guns and different maps, right? And, you know, you wouldn't be wrong if you said that. It basically sort of is, right? So that was sort of like the main complaint for years, right? It's basically just the same game. And now that they finally actually changed it up, and like, you know, since Advanced Warfare and now Black Ops 3, right? They have these like new movement systems. They're actually getting a lot more creative, and with the, you know, new guns in the DLC, you know, new score streaks, new kind of weird wacky maps, and like, now that we have all this like sort of innovation, I guess, now it's like, they still get hate, right? I would just hate to be a Call of Duty developer at this moment. I'd love it because I love the game, but at the same time I would just hate it because like, you just can't win if it's if you don't change anything. People complain because you don't change, but if you change, trying to put something new, people still complain because it's not Call of Duty, right? Because now people complain that it's not Call of Duty, it's jumping around, it's like, you know, all this, you know, whatever bullshit. But I don't know, at the same time, you could still go back and play the older Call of Duties, right? Play Black Ops 2, MW3 or something like that, and you don't have to play these new games when it comes out, but people do anyways. I don't know, it's just a weird predicament. And in Marcus Cooper's video too, he was talking to a friend at his job, right? And he was like, so, you know, they started talking about Call of Duty, and I kind of find this funny because he was like, I don't know how we got on the conversation of Call of Duty, but we just did. And I'm like, you guys did because you're like the biggest Call of Duty player that I know, even more than me, right? He's like almost 300, almost 400, right? And it's just like, of course you guys are going to talk about Call of Duty. If you guys are talking about video games, you're going to be talking about Call of Duty because that's what you mostly play. But that's besides the point. That's neither here nor there. So like, his friend doesn't play Call of Duty though, right? And his reasoning is it's the same, right? It's the copy and paste. It's the same game every year, basically, right? And I guess what Marcus Skipper was trying to say is that that's kind of like really weird because it's, like I said, Call of Duty is in this really weird predicament this year because it's sort of like okay, so gamers outside of Call of Duty that maybe wanted to get into Call of Duty, right? They're like, it's the same game every year. I don't want to like just pay $60 for reskins and shit, right? And so there's that kind of outside force. But then because of this new stuff, I feel like they sort of got their wish a little bit. So now like, I feel like Call of Duty is trying to get new players and new gamers to try to join the game rather than trying to get the community that they've always had. So and like, from the fans, there's sort of a disconnect. There's sort of whatever we want to call it. There's sort of like hate from there's hate from like the people who play it regularly, right? Like the hardcore fans, because it's not the same. It doesn't feel like Call of Duty anymore. Right? It doesn't feel like Call of Duty anymore, right? It's just jumping around. There's just space guns. It's like, what is this, right? Infinite Warfare is coming out, and it's like all these space guns, and it's like the most disliked gaming YouTube trailer on YouTube, and it's just like it's this really weird disconnect if you think about it, because it's like like gamers outside of Call of Duty are like, okay, I don't want to play this because of, you know, it's the same shit. But then now it's sort of hardcore fans within the game itself are like, I sort of don't want, I just sort of don't like this because it's not the same. Like, it's this really weird disconnect and this really sort of weird position that Call of Duty is in. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how you'd fix it or how you'd whatever. I personally enjoy it. Like, I've said this multiple times. I will continue to say it. Because I've been playing this Call of Duty since 2008 or something, since CoD 4. Okay, it just paused here for whatever reason, but yeah, it's like the same sort of, you know, it is kind of like I've been playing the same game for like 7 years, right? I enjoy these, like the new movement system and the jumping around. For me, it adds skill to the game and it adds kind of replayability and just newness to it. But I don't know, like everyone has their own opinions, right? So yeah, I don't know why it doesn't show the, oh, there we go. For whatever reason, like this is the end of the game. I didn't drop any more kills besides this, but yeah, I went 100 kills to 17 deaths. I don't know why it doesn't show the entire game at the end, but oh yeah, because we won after this because the guy was in the hard point. But yeah, 100 to 17. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sorry for kind of babbling on a little bit too much, and I promise to get better at doing commentaries. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Peace.